What is going on, YouTube? Thammagotcha here, coming at you with some more battles from the Retro Cup. This time we are using Bewear. Just had that community today. He's okay. Definitely runs superpower over Drain Punch. I tried the Drain Punch, and it is just an awful move. And there's just not enough bulk to Bewear for him to have Drain Punch on. So definitely use the superpower. I went 7-3 in 2 sets with this team of Bewear, Frostlass, and Walrein. So let's get into these matches here and let's show you guys how I went 7-3 with this team. So hopping into the first match, bad lead, so I'm gonna swap out into my Walrein right away, and I get met with the Medicham. Again, Bewear is going to be taking super effective damage from these counters as well. So, definitely not the best situation here. So, we're going to go with the Icicle Spear. We're going to throw one more Powder Snow, but they still sneak a counter through. Love this game, Niantic. We actually get the shield there, and we're not going to be able to get to one more Icicle Spear. But that's okay. We're going to bring in the Bewear. This is just a power-up punch, so I let this go. And I'm hoping I can get to a move or farm all the way down, but we unfortunately can't, so I'm going to let the Bewear go down, actually. Look at that. See, even if I had Drain Punch, I wouldn't even make it there, and that would have just did nothing. So now they bring in the Hypno, and I'm hoping I can make it to one more Shadow Ball. They end up shielding, which is alright with me, and oh my gosh, they have a Frostlass of their own. So what I should have done actually was build up more energy. If I had a shield. Yeah, see, I have 2 shields. I should have built up more energy because those Powder Snows are not doing as much damage as those Confusions are. So I definitely should have built up a crap ton more energy, which would have made this game a lot easier. But we still make it to that Shadow Ball. This is going to be doing some big damage on the Hypno. See you later. We take that game. GG's to my opponent there. Hopping into the next match. Another awful lead, but we can't swap out of this because, well, our Walrein wouldn't fare well, and they are just going to swap out if I swap into my Frostlass. So we're gonna stay in with the Bewear, try to get this payback off, do as much damage as possible, and let the Bewear go down. But they actually end up shielding, which is completely fine by me. So now I'm gonna bring in my Frostlass, because these counters are doing resisted. I'm going to shield this just in case it is a psychic, and that was a great shield because that would have did a lot of damage. And they bring in a Greedent. So I end up throwing the Avalanche here, and to be honest, I wanted to try and catch the Crunch, which is quite unfortunate. So now I'm going to shield this. And I'm just going to build up a lot more energy. And as soon as that third one comes, I'm going to come in with the Walrein. And we actually successfully catch the Crunch here. So this is what we wanted, but the defense fall, which is super unfortunate. And they actually outpace us to this Body Slam, which is kind of fine by me. And we're almost at 2 Icicle Spears. This one's going to be definitely taking out that Greedent, but they decide to shield. Oh my gosh, are they weak to ice in the back? Because if they are, they should not have wasted that shield on the Greedent. Oh, and then in comes the Oranguru, and they're almost out of foul play. But you know what? We have back-to-back avalanches, and these avalanches are no joke. So I throw one more Powder Snow, because I'm pretty sure it's 3 Confusions to a foul play, and I definitely don't want to get hit by a foul play. And we actually outpace the Medicham to their move. It wouldn't have mattered anyways, because I think it's 7 counters to the Psychic. But it was a good thing we did that extra Icicle Spear, or no, Powder Snow. But anyways, good game to my opponent there. Hopping into the next match. Amazing lead here. Frostlass into Bewear. The bad thing is they outpace, but they end up swapping into an Altaria. And I'm gonna let this sky attack go through. I'm gonna build up to 2 high school spears here. And some, I think? Yes. And then I throw. This is definitely going to be taking out that Altaria. Double super effective damage. And I'm hoping I can get to this Earth Power. Oh my gosh, they bring in their own Wall Rain. Doesn't matter. This Earthquake is going to be doing a good chunk of that Wall Rain's health. And you know what? I'm fine with letting my Wall Rain go down here. If they want to throw the Ice Spear, that's not even going to take us out. But they end up throwing the Earthquake. So now I come in and I'm going to throw the Superpower and then swap out into my Frostlass. Oh my gosh, I kind of make a mistake here. No, I don't. Yeah, I let the Shadow Ball go through, which is fine. And now we have 2 shields. They have 2 shields, but we're doing super effective damage with these Shadow Claws. And we have so much energy that we didn't even need to really throw that. We just had to Shadow Claw all the way down. Didn't matter if we threw that energy or not. GG's to my opponent. Bewear showing why you should not bring Ghost type in. Alright, Galvantula. So, I don't want to swap into my Wall Rain. And I should have thrown before. Because I should have known that Galvantula wins CMP. So, bad call on my part. But we let it go through anyways. And we're going to get this Superpower off. And then swap into the Frostlass. And I'm hoping I can farm all the way down. Ugh, just not there. Super unfortunate. So now I'm going to throw a shield up just in case it's the discharge. And it was. So happy they didn't lunge. And they decided to bring in an Altaria. My goodness, what is in the back? We are going to be throwing these avalanches. No shield, big damage. Oh my gosh. And they have their own Frostlass. And this is not good for them because, you know what? Yeah, that does nice damage, and we're going to be able to hopefully get to the second Shadow Ball. I'm going to let this go through because I got the Bewear and a shield. So, we're going to wait out our switch clock timer here. Bring in the Bewear. I'm hoping I can get to a Superpower. No, I definitely should have thrown the Superpower, though. It's just an Avalanche, but that's fine. This payback is definitely going to be taking them out. And since we got that last shield, it's going to take 2 Shadow Balls for them to take us out. And they are definitely not going to reach that before we reach our Earthquake. So, but look at how much damage that Shadow Ball does. Oh my goodness. And at this point, my opponent concedes the match. GG's there. Hopping in to the next match here. Bewear into Altaria. I got 2 better answers, so I'm going to swap instantly into my Wall Rain. And I met with a Machamp. It's a shiny Machamp at that, flexing hard. Good on you there, mate. And that Ice Spear does good damage. And they actually outpace us here to the next Ice Spear. So I'm going to shield up just because I want to get even shields. And I'm hoping maybe I can win switch advantage here. But, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have went for switch here. Because now I'm down 2 shields. And, or maybe I should have tried to farm down, but I was afraid I was not going to be able to farm down before they took us out. And I'm not even going to be able to reach this Icicle Spear here. So now we have quite the issue. And they're going to get off this Sky Attack here on my Frostlass. And Frostlass is a little bit glassy, so that does a pretty decent amount of freaking damage. And as you can see here, you're going to see with Bewear that Bewear is pretty glassy as well. I didn't even get off the Superpower, and they're going to Earthquake us. This is going to be almost taking us out. I'm very happy that we actually got to this Superpower before we got down to get that last shield. But now the issue is they are not out of Shadow Ball range, and we are definitely almost at an Icicle Spear range. So we have big problems here. Oh my goodness. That Wall Rain is so freaking tanky. This Icicle Spear is going to get us very, very low, and there's just no way. GG's to my opponent there. We went 4-1 in that set. Hopping into the next set here. We got Bewear into Swampert. Definitely don't want to take a Hydro Cannon because I think that would do a lot more health. And they end up swapping into their own Wall Rain. So I'm fine with this. I got an energy advantage because I think I was one Powder Snow ahead of them. So I'm definitely going to be getting to this next Earthquake before they do. But I'm going to let this go through anyways because I'm still going to have a nice chunk of health for when that Swampert wants to come back in. And I throw right when I get it because I don't want them to. I don't want to lose CMP against them. That would be the worst case scenario. But this Swampert throws as soon as I get to that Icicle Spear. I'm gonna let it go just because I'm gonna bring in that Bewear, and hopefully I can get to a move. But I can't. So you know what? I'm gonna say both shields for Frost last year. Oh my gosh, that Hydro Cannon does more than 50% of the. Wow, absolutely chunking the Bewear, and now we're gonna swap into the Frostlass. Still Hydro Cannon would just chunk, even though it's resisted here with that ice typing. Hydro Cannon would chunk, so I'm gonna farm up just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna throw this Avalanche. This is gonna be KOing. Oh, and they shield. They have to be weak to ice in the back. All right, so now I'm gonna throw as soon as I get it because I'm pretty sure they're at their four, and we just make it as soon as they get the Hydro Cannon. Whoo, that was so close. And hello, Altaria. This is a Frostlass. This is gonna be one-shotting the Altaria. Get ready for it. Big damage. See you later. Oh my goodness. Yeah, GG's to my opponent. Hopping into the next match. Gosh, awful lead. We gotta get out of here. Definitely better answers in the back. Going to the Wall Rain. And they got a Crustle. My goodness. Nice little spice pick there. We're going to be throwing this Icicle Spear. It does not do as much damage as I thought it would. But I'm hoping to get to one more Icicle Spear. Why didn't I throw the second one? I don't know. Doesn't matter. You know what? All these moves are going to be resisted. Even if they have X Scissor, this is resisted as well. So we're going to take that, and now we have a lot of energy loaded for that Pidgeot that wants to come back in. And thankfully we have Payback. And that gets a shield, and we go instantly. Oh gosh, it's a Macargo. That is not good at all. My goodness, that is so not good. Okay, here we go. Can we do this? Now they're down both shields, but they are just going to rock throw us all the way down. And the issue is, I should have thrown this freaking Avalanche to do any type of chip damage. I played this game so horrible. Oh, so bad. I think even if I would have thrown the Avalanche, I wouldn't have been able to Shadow Claw down anyways. And I don't know if that Payback would have KO'd. Yeah, I don't think the Payback would have KO'd, but tis what it is there. GG's to my opponent. Hopping into the next match. Wall Rain into Bewear. Decent matchup. You're going to see how much these Icicle Spears do, though. Yeah, they do quite a bit of damage. Look at this. Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. And then they bring in a defense from Deoxys. We're going to pay back this guy. Doing big damage to the Deoxys. Almost one-shotting it. And now we bring in the Frostlass to get a nice farm down. I bring in the Frostlass because I have a Shadow Ball. Rather than Earthquake. Because I know they're going to be bringing back in their own Wall Rain. So now I have a Shadow Ball locked and loaded. And we should be able to outpace before they reach that Earthquake. 4, 5, and yeah. So this is going to be doing a nice chunk of damage. Oh my gosh, and they decided to double shield. So you know what? I'm shielding up my Frostlass here, I think. Oh, and I get baited. Oh my goodness, that's not good. So then I decide to bring in the Bewear. I was hoping they would throw, I don't know. I was hoping they thought I was out of move, but maybe it was a bad call. Doesn't matter anyways. They excuse me, they have a Trevenant. And you know what? They are not going to be able to farm us down before we reach that second Icicle Spear. So this is probably the best case scenario that they throw energy, because now we can just farm down that Trevenant and get more loaded energy to get to that Shadow Ball a lot faster. They wouldn't have reached that Earthquake before us anyways. If you remember, they threw the Earthquake at the wall range, so they were dry. But anyways, GG's to my opponent there. Hopping into the next match. Another wall rain lead. I decided to play this one a little different. I think I throw the superpower on. Oh no, sorry. I tried to throw the superpower first, and then I'm gonna try and catch the Icicle Spear. Oh my gosh! No shield that, and that almost one-shots the wall rain. Big freaking damage, and I catch the Icicle Spear on the wall rain. My opponent wants nothing to do with that. Oh my goodness gracious. GG's to my opponent. Oh, I remember this game. This is the last game here. I played this game absolutely gosh awful. This was a very winnable game as well. So unfortunately, yeah, I make some very bad calls here. But anyways, I jump into my wall rain. They see an Oranguru. I'm trying to get a good IV one, but I have not caught one yet, unfortunately. So we're gonna Icicle Spear this guy, and we almost have another Icicle Spear locked and loaded here. Yeah, we got another Icicle Spear locked and loaded, and this is going to be doing a nice little chunk of damage. It's going to be neutral considering for that grass typing, and they're going to have a hard time farming us down. So we get to another Icicle Spear, and at this point, I should be bringing in my Bewear to soak damage, but I decide to swap into my Frostlass, catch the Weather Ball, and then I'm going to go for a complete farm down. I'm going to shield this just in case it's the energy ball because I do not want to get boomed out of existence. And I make a terrible call here. There's no way this is another energy ball. No way. I decide to shield the weather ball, and we may have more energy, but there is just no way that we're going to outpace them to the shadow ball. Even if I baited there, I wouldn't have been able to outpace. So, and the issue here is now I'm not going to reach this. I was not going to reach that payback in time for them before they reach their avalanche, and that superpower does not KO, unfortunately. So they're going to take us out with the avalanche here. If I didn't shield that weather ball, that game would have gone very differently. But unfortunately, I shielded it and I played wrong. But Bewear is a little bit fun to play with. I mean, it's kind of like a different variation of Snorlax, I guess, just with Shadow Claw instead of Lick, and it can't take as much damage, obviously. But when you pair it up against a solid team in the back, it should do you all right, and it's a good counter to those ghost types like Trevenant, um, Frostlass. It's not as good against Trevenant because those superpowers are resisted as well, and Trevenant gets those seed bombs really fast. So it's better to tag team the Trevenant with somebody else with the Bewear. But another Pokemon added to the full list for the Great League. I'm gonna try it out in the Ultra League maybe in the future, but I didn't want to waste Stardust. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like button. Comment if you want to see anything in the future, and it'd be greatly appreciated if you subscribed. And without that, and with all that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video.